What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and we're going to talk Terra Lunar Classic. There's a couple of things I want to bring to you that are coming up very soon, and equally, it feels like we might be heading back to the good old times in Lunar Classic. All of that and more in this video, so be sure to subscribe to keep up to date with everything that's going on. And without that being said, let's dive into this video. Current market, 1.06 trillion. If you caught my Shiba Inu video, we went over a little bit of the market data, but if we scroll all the way down, we can currently see the 54th highest ranked cryptocurrency is Terra Lunar Classic. Now, this was trading about 15.5 earlier, did and has moved back up, but our volume 88,951 is our market cap. Now, our supply continues to come down, albeit not quite as quick as we would have hoped, as we step ever nearer to that 2nd of March Binance burn. We'll have a video coming for you to give you up to date with everything that's going on with that. But what did I particularly want to talk about in this video? Well, like I said, we are starting to see the hashtag Lunc burn trend on Twitter as people start to speculate on what could happen, how much is going to burn, what's it going to do to the price. Now, you're going to get that information from some of my videos. I'll certainly give you an idea of where it's going to be, so be sure to subscribe. But we're starting to see Lunar Classic and elements attached to Lunar Classic trend on Twitter once again. Now, Lunc Burn Army is obviously the L1 developer team manager, which is good to see. Now, we're awaiting that L1 Sprint 4 to come out. We're bringing that as soon as it does land, but good to see we are trending over on Twitter. Now, big news, obviously everyone's aware of it, that we did pass the proposals to allow the Binance burn. Now, we've not had anything coming out of Binance other than that tweet I talked about yesterday, which gives us the exact date in which it will be burned. So we can safely say that Binance are back on board with our burn mechanism. Now, albeit they're only going to burn 50%, which over time, potentially we move it back up. But there has been a few interesting conversations in a few members of the team and a few members of the community of whether we do slightly something different with burns, and rather than have automatic burn tax, we move the burn mechanism into a community fund wallet, and then we manually burn at set periods of time. It could be an interesting proposal, again, thinking continuously about how we develop it. But right now, the 0.2% burn tax is there. We know we're going to get the 50% Binance burn based on the last 3 months volume, which could be very interesting indeed. Now, what else we got? Well, taking a look at a couple of the important statistics, and I do always like to refer this, but 13.85 is our current staking ratio with 1.29 billion Lunc in that community pool. Now, there's going to be a big question coming up soon of whether we fund the L1 team once again for 150k. Remember, it's going to be another 3 months. Quarter 2 would be there, bit under the proposal. And I guess right now, what is it that people want to see? What do we got for our money? And that's a question that I think a lot of the community are asking. Now, there seems to be a lot of build behind the scenes, a lot of under the hood kind of work that really isn't making much difference in terms of the price. However, if you are watching my videos and you understand kind of how the mechanism of burning works, the lower the price, the more coins we burn. And ultimately right now, if Terra Luna pumped to, let's say, the 3s or the 4s, we would see it dump straight away because people would sell. Simple as that. What we need to see is build an infrastructure, build an ecosystem, build a mechanism which moves supply and ultimately fundamentally supports Lunar Classic for the longer term. And I think that's an incredibly important thing that we are building out. And again, my view is that as we see the Terra Layer 1 team build out, we hopefully then will start to get more and more. Now, taking a look at the statistics, I always like to look at this. We are obviously trying to get to 1 trillion Lunar Classic stakes, and I do think we would see some action on the price if we get that. It's a very big statement to have 1 trillion coins locked in that supply. You can see here we had another 78 million in the plus, so we are ever nearer getting to 1 trillion. You can see some of the transactions going through here, and interestingly 379,000 transactions on the network, which I think again is very interesting. Now, what we're not seeing though, and this is again something that people aren't really talking about, is the size of blocks that are being mined. Ultimately, that will depict rewards, it depicts the amount of burns, and it depicts the amount of Lunar Classic and USTC used to support that transaction. So what we need to do again is seeing more projects build out. We have a number that are launching very soon, or big volume NFT projects, and then we're going to see bigger blocks. We're going to see more Lunar Classic used, which ultimately coincides with a bigger burn on that automatic 0.2% burn. However, we still continue to look at our stake rewards. Now, take a look at the price action. We just fell out of this channel, and it's the most annoying thing. We need to start to move back into this channel. Now, we did actually see USTC and Lunar Classic completely divergence to the Bitcoin market. You can see USTC here has actually had 3 solid days of green price action after we had that big run up into the 4.3s not long ago, early part in February. But USTC, again, as the discussion of the repec continues, but 1.6% is currently where we sit Classic going into obviously a new day, and Lunar Classic at 16,113. We hopefully will see this kind of move back up as we see really a level of consolidation from Lunar Classic, awaiting something to spark that interest. But at the minute, it's all about building out. It's all about the Layer 1 team really building on what they're doing. And we'll keep you up to date with everything that is going on. But we get ever nearer to that big Binance burn. Again, be sure to subscribe so you keep up to date with what's coming. And I will see you guys, as ever, in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.